with that ls up to employee use case file.java files are there. Now let me create a new Java file. Search employee wage use case 6 dot Java. Okay, so dot Java file has created now. Okay, we can copy it now. Cp employee use case 5 dot Java to employee use case 6 dot Java. So my use case 5 code has been copied to my use case 6 code, and I will edit it from the Notepad++. See, we can use Eclipse also, but for this flow and up to the day 4 practice problems, try to use the basic editors. Okay, you can use the Nano editor also or Notepad also or Notepad++. From this, try to use these editors to has your means you will get the syntax properly. You will remember your syntax properly, Java syntaxes. So
Sir,
now, yes,
can I leave, sir? It's urgent, sir. I have to go to hospital, sir.
uh, okay, Rajas, go through with this video lectures. Okay,
Yeah, sir. Sorry, sir. Sorry.
and
Yeah.
no, no, not an issue.
Okay, sir. So can I leave now? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
sir.
Now, what is the condition? Keep your total working hours maximum of 100 and max days as 20. So with the for loop, we cannot program that. So what we will do, we will have a while loop here. Okay, and here I will keep the condition that when for that let me start my day from the one while day is less than or equal to 20. This will be my first condition, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what is my second condition? My total
Max and max.
days, total work day is there, and let's create another constant here. Total working hour. It should be not more than 100 and not the total actually max working hour. Okay, so these are the constant and these values cannot change. And here into the while loop, even here, copy this variable, constant variable. Yesterday into use case file, so we have missed that. We should not use the values directly. Okay, every time we should use the value with the variables only. This data could be means you are making your data, you are making your program static if you are using the values directly. So try to use the variable everywhere. And what is a second condition? And both conditions should be true. Okay, means my day should be less than or equal to 20, and my uh,
Working hour is less
working
than
hour,
100.
we are not adding working hour here. Employer, okay, employer is there. Okay, employer salary, but we are not calculating the total working hour. So the total working hour we need to add mm, teacher, or let's say into the employee hour only we will execute this. Means we will add every time whatever working hour here, it will be there. Okay, plus equal to, here also I will write the plus equal to, and partial part day means half day. So 4 hour will be added into the employer. So every time means every day when employee will come, okay, his working hour will be added into the employer. If he is absent, zero is added. So no change will be there. But what about the total salary? Can anyone tell? At the last, we are getting the employer, na? How much time employee is working? What? Okay. Let's say on the end of the day 20, employee is working for 80 hours. Let's assume that. Okay. We have that employer, and here, how much amount we are paying per hour? That value is
20
also there.
rupees. Yes.
Okay, so 80 into 20 we can do that. So we just have to multiply this employer with the salary per hour at the end of the date, day 10, day 20, or his last working day. Let's say he has completed his 100 hours, 100 total working hours in 12 days. So his last working day will be 12. Getting me, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So employee are also should be less than or equal to 100. Okay, and this based in place of this 100 we will use the constant variable max working hour. So here all this uh, implementation we will cut inside the while loop, and employee salary, this is also not needed. This is not needed, but let's delete this for you. Before printing the total salary value, what we will do, we will calculate the total salary with uh, employer multiply salary per hour. Let me save my program. Let's check if my program is working or not. And see, this is how here you can give the end, use the end operator. You just have to write the double end, and no need to worry about the double square bracket, or you can say spaces. In the shell script you have to give the spaces also to write the condition between square brackets. If you have practiced, you know. Okay, but here all those things I don't need to remember. I can give the space, or if I'm not giving, then also it is okay. Okay, so let's save the program and let's execute. Ls clear java c employee wage use case 6 dot java use case class name I didn't change. Let me change with the use case 6. Save it. Okay. Compilation is successful. Then Java employee wage use case 6. Monthly employee wage 2080. Every time it will come. Mm. And here mm, plus n/n. Okay, backslash n. This symbol we are using for what? Anyone?
New line.
Printing by row.
New line.
Printing the
Yes.
new line. Okay, and after monthly employee, total working hour. Let me print also. Employee hour. Let me save my program and let's compile it. Java C employee use case 6 dot Java. Touch from the application class path. Java C compilation is successful, and with the Java command, let's execute it. Total monthly employee wages uh, 2080 and total working hour is 104. I think it is coming to 104 every time. Let me change my condition here. Employee hour here. Let's say it could be 98 here. Oh, sorry, 96 here. And after adding 8, it will become the 104. So here I'm just uh, writing one condition that if employee R become becomes the greater than 100, okay, then mm, I will just I will write just break keyword here. Okay, break, what break will do? Your while loop execution, it will stop here if you will write the break. Okay, and same type of continue keyword is also there. Okay, let's say in some conditions uh, mm, you want to keep your loop continue, some scenario will come. Okay, at that time I'll show you, but remember the break keyword as of now. What break will do here? Okay, uh, what I have written here: if employee R becomes the greater than 100, so just
Then it will not give
uh,
output.
sorry.
Then it will not give output. If employee hour would be like 104, like it's shown us, right? So if it give us 104, so then it will not go to system.out.println. It will break over there only.
No, it will go because that system.out.println is written outside the for loop.
Ha- But
Sorry, while
greater
loop.
but greater than 100 would not go, right? So break means we are breaking the line over there.
Yes, we are breaking that line
Let's know.
because
Huh.
uh, we are breaking our loop here. Okay,
Hmm.
even yes. Okay, I got your point. Even
Yeah.
it is becomes the greater than 100.
Hmm.
No need to write the break command, but actually yes. First of all, what I need to do here, I will need to change the employee R again, because let's say this scenario is coming when, let's say, somewhere your employer value is 96 as of now. So that this both condition is true. A day is let's say on 15 day employee is coming, and before 15 day his working hour is 96. Now employee is coming today, is presenting for full day, and first of all, my condition, both condition will become true here. If employer is 96 and day is 15, that is fine. Everyone is understanding that.
Yes.
Okay, my
Yes.
both condition is true. That's why it will go inside. And
Yes.
in this scenario, that if employee is present for the full day,
Hmm.
okay, so 96 plus 8, how much employer will be there? If we will
100,
add the 8 hour into the 96, how much hour it will
104.
be?
104.
Yes, 104 will be there. Okay, and that 104 in this scenario only happening.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, other than this scenario, it could be 98 also or 96 also. Okay, but other value will not come, like
Hmm.
95, 94 also it will not come, because 94 is not divisible by 4 or 8. Mm, so in that thing, what I'll do, I will subtract R there. Based on that, final integer full day working hour equal to 8. Okay, one constant I am assigning here, and if employee is present, that constant I will add here. That full day working hour will be added, and if he is coming as part time, then I will add divide by 2, means full day working hour divided by 2. 4 I am adding. Mm, I need to subtract that value, whatever value is coming here, based on, but is present and is part time. Okay, we need to go with the total working hour only. Employee check, uh, employer is for the daily basis, and we will make one variable as a total working hour. Let me see what is here. Okay, they are not printing the employers. Okay, here it is there. Less than maximum R into the month, and number of working days. And yes, this thing we are not
We are not doing for loop, sir.
day plus plus. Yes, we have to write the
Sorry.
day plus plus also, no?
Hmm.
It is not incrementing the day. This day plus plus line we have to add inside the while loop, not outside the while loop. Day started from the day one, then total work day is 20, so up to 20 days it will check and employee working hour. The same condition we have written. Total working day plus plus happening here only. Then employee check, switch case, mm, okay. Let's do one thing. Mm, Let me write exactly that program. What they are doing it. Before that, let me save this mesh program first because as of now, my use case 6 program is working. Code is successful, but our output is not getting as desired. At line number 33, clear the screen, then Java page use case 6. Total working day becomes 21. Okay, day plus plus should I we have to write. Uh, Guys, when we will go with the Eclipse, at that time we will debug also. But at this time, try to resolve your error with reading the exception or see this thing also. Here I'm getting this total working day equal to 21. Why it is coming? Because here in our execution, let's say my day value equal to 20 now. Okay, so 20 less than or equal to total working day. Okay, that limit is this condition will become true, and this day plus plus will increment that value. I am writing it here into the value. Day plus plus will increment that value of your day. Okay, right now day day one has been started. So start your day from the zero and increment your day variable at first. Okay, means you just give me 2 minutes. Okay. Yes. So start your day from the zero. Okay. And at the before starting your execution means we are starting day one. Okay. At let's say what is my check-in time 9:30. I'm at 9:30. My day one will start. Okay. So giving I'm writing here that my increment my day now. Okay. So day one will be there, and for the day one I am doing this execution. This all execution is for the day one. Then day two will come, day 20 will come. I think less than hide this here. Working day. It's at the value. And let's execute. We compile it first, then Java. Yes, 6. Working day is 21. This 21 implementation, yes, this 21 implementation will come. So if we have to avoid this, we have to make the condition like this: day less than total work. Because at when value of day variable is 20, even at that time it will go inside the while loop. Okay, so it will count for that 21st day also. So we will change our condition here. We will just give write that day should be less than 20, not less than or equal to. And employer also we are giving in the 20 days, let's say 820 60 is there. Here Java C, we use case 6 dot Java. Java we use case 6. I think now yes it will come. Let's say every day he is present, and let me comment this line. And give every time as employee check as 1. Okay, so if I'm giving the 1, I'm just trying to debug with changing some values. Okay, this is also a one type of debug, you can call it. Okay, we are debugging our code with giving some values. Okay, here I'm giving the value employee check equal to 1 every time. Means every day, let's say employee is absent. Is my second condition is working or not? Let's check that. Java C employee wage use case 6 dot Java and Java employee wage use case 6. At that time, this is happening. This 104R it will be added. Okay, because let's say every day employee is present. Okay, so uh, 25 into, so 96 will come is at this scenario. and it will add the 8 hours after 96.
So can we
Mm,
show the the program and explain so that it's better?
see what is happening here.
Huh.
If I, I have committed this employee check syntax here, okay, and every day I'm assuming that employee is present, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm writing this employee check equal to 1 into the while loop. 1 is for
Hmm.
the present, na? Is
Yes.
present C. Is present
Hmm.
is the 1.
Hmm.
Okay. So I'm assuming that let's check for this scenario that employee is present every day. So for that, is this program is working or not? Okay. So for that, this scenario is coming that it will give you the total working hour up to the 104. Okay, because well, it's on day 12.
Hmm.
How much working hour will it will be there? 96.
18 to 12, 96.
96.
Hmm.
Okay. So after means when employee is coming on day 13, his 8 working hour will be added on day 13. So how much working hour it will become?
104.
104. So for this scenario, you could write here we check all employee are full time also full day working hour. Okay. So I'm adding one means I'm changing the condition here. Okay, this part is not into the document because let's say if you are means you are not giving the employee check in equal to one every day, this scenario is not coming that means it is giving you every time less than 100 hours only during day 20. Okay. That's why I'm changing my condition here that if as of now let's say my total working hour is 96. Okay, I'm just checking it. Let's assume employee is absent or present or he is coming as part-time. Don't worry for that, but let's say I will check for the full day working hour. If employee's total working hour plus 8 becomes less than becomes greater than 100, then my while loop should not continue. Getting me here? What change I have done here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this full day working hour value is 8 here. Okay, so I'm just changing my condition with employer plus full day working hour should be less than or equal to 100. Let me save it, and now let's compile our use case 6.java and java to use which use case 6. See, now for that random value generation, uh, employees employee total working hour will be every time less than 100 only. Let's check for that scenario. Okay, if let's assume that employee is present every day. C and Java. Here you are getting the 96. And let's check the attendance for every day. Let's print it here. in day equal to 23 and every day let's print that is employee present or not. Check. In place of hyphen n, I will write hyphen t. It will give you the tab space. We clear the screen. Java C employee wage using 6 dot Java. And Java comma using 6. Here every day is present. So this is coming and 96 working hour it is there. Now let's check with our main scenario. Java 6. Okay. At day 1 is coming as part time. At day 2 0 absent. Okay. So after day 20 employees working hour become the 72 and returning the payment after end of the month. Getting me now? Is everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So my use case 6 program is done. So what is the flow for our merging process? And before that, let me give the proper uh, give the information in a proper way that the step space was not working properly because of this. Okay, when two digits numbers are coming, the tab space was larger. So our use case 6 program is working good now. Now follow our step to push our code first into the my current branch. Git status here is also changed. Git add dot then git commit hyphen m for the message. Meeting employee working and after that git push origin limiting working hour to C6, which is our branch. Most successful. Let me clear the screen. New branch is created and here the UC6 use case 6 I'm getting, but in that UC6 use case 6 is not implemented into your master branch. Sorry guys, just give me a minute. Now, am I audible now? Is my mic on mute or not?
Yes, sir, it's audible.
Ah.
Yes, sir.
So now my uh, local branch is pushed, and your branch is ahead of origin master by one commit. And in here remote also. Now my master branch should have the working code. Let's assume our use case 6 is developed completely and tested also. So we will merge our use case 6 branch to the master branch. So for that, you have to check out to the master branch with the git checkout master. Now your local branch comes to the master branch, switch to the master branch, and after that, I want to merge the use case 6 branch with master. So git merge limiting working hour UC6 with master. Now this successful employee where use case 6.java is added, then git push origin master. Working good. Here also let's refresh it. Here also I'm getting that use case 6.java file. Okay. So these are all the use cases which we have